Good morning. This is Shri here with the update with the third test match between India and Australia, day 3. Test matches usually go for 5 days, but Australia wrapped up the test match in less than 2.5 days with an emphatic win over India, 9-wicket win at indoor. They had to chase only 70 plus runs and they won with 9 wickets to spare, despite a wicket of Usman Khawaja to Ashwin in the second ball of the second inning. Travis Head and Marnus, who's probably one of the best batsmen in the world today, guided Australia to a 9-wicket victory against India. So the series is now India 2, Australia 1, and Australia definitely has the momentum with the final test match coming up in Ahmedabad on March 9th. So this is, in all purposes, Nathan Lyon, 8 wickets in the second inning, and bowling India out for 163 runs. Australia only needed 76 runs to win the first win in the series. The toss definitely played a huge impact on the game, with the Rohit Sharma winning the toss but not making good use of the batting. The Indian batters did not live up to the expectations, except for Pujara, especially in the second inning. But the end of the day, it was Australia now have a chance to tie the series 2-2, while India would still retain the trophy because they won the last 2 series between the 2 teams. Australia has the momentum and really puts a dent into India's chances of making it to the World Test Championships. Australia lost, 6 wickets and 11 runs in the first inning. So when Usman Khawaja lost his wicket, it was without any run on the board. It seemed that India may be able to pull off improbable victory, but early part of the match, in 10 overs, Australia managed to score only 13 runs, a very defensive approach, and it seemed that India had Australia thinking differently, but Marnus and Labuschagne definitely focused on survival. Runs were just an afterthought, and then after the 10 overs, the momentum shifted. I think you could say that there was a little part of the seam of the ball had come off, and then the ball had to be replaced, and then Ashwin got hit by Travis Head for 4 and 6 in the same over, and then Jadeja the next 2 overs started leaking boundaries, and then that was enough to pretty much deflate any hopes India had of pulling a victory. But I think the next few overs just resulted in more boundaries. Australia raced to just 56 and 15 overs. So, scoring 13 runs in 10 overs and then 56 and 15, that pretty much tells you the approach Australia took. Very patient in the early part of this innings, but they launched into an attack. Travis Head, unbeaten of 49 or 53 balls, and Marnus wrapped up the game with the boundary. So 78 for 1, Australia win by 9 wickets. Interesting that right after the match, Rohit indicated that India could request a green pitch in Ahmedabad if they win it indoor. But now they have to revisit that again because Australia, I think Pat Cummins could certainly make a comeback. Stark is still the pick of their bowlers. And I feel that Australia's confidence is running high. I think it's up to India to demonstrate if they can bounce back from this defeat. Not many times that you see an Indian side completely, I would say, dominated by an opposition team on Indian pitches. So Australia, and I think I made a comment about during my preview, when their backs are to the wall, Australia definitely showed a lot of grit and determination and and they showed that they were better players of spin than Indian batsmen, and also patience at the crease when Indian batsmen were throwing their wickets in their second inning. So all kudos to Australia, well-deserved victory. Steve Smith standing instead of Pat Cummins pulled off this excellent victory with excellent performances by Khawaja, who batted 60 runs in Australia's first innings. Travis had 49 not out in the second. Nathan Lyon, 11 wickets, impressive. And Matthew Kuhneman, who also took 5 wickets. Jadeja had a good performance in the first inning, 4 wickets, and Umesh too, with the quick fire thing, but that was not enough for India. India definitely needs to take into account their batting lineup and their bowling lineup for the final test. I think they have a lot of time to reflect upon this, and let's see when we do the preview before the 4th test how that match would go. And again, let's not forget that their goal is the World Test Championship, but right now the focus should be on how they can make a comeback in the 4th test against Australia at Ahmedabad on March 9th. So with that, this is a wrap-up for the 3rd test match, and deservingly Australia were the better team, and that showed on the performance. Thank you again for listening.